Hello, crew. This is a video of Pat and I taking out the new kayak. I realize I took it out earlier with Sarah. This is only the second time we've had it out. You can see this is sped up 10 times. This is us putting it together. And we're down at Warehouse Beach on the Columbia River. I guess it's called Wallula Lake, which is above McNary Dam. I always call it McNary Reservoir. But anyway, Pat and I went out and did about a 5-mile paddle. We went from Warehouse Beach down to Hat Rock and then back. Just a chance to hang out. It took us about an hour and a half. Yeah, this is it. And I hope you don't mind the high speed, because otherwise it's just kind of boring. And I got to tell you, still working with that 360-degree camera, and I had a lot of footage, and it was really taxing on my computer. So it took me all day today just to get the footage sort of rendered and in a usable format and then cut together. Literally, it kept crashing the software. So anyway, this is us. Actually, we're already at Hat Rock here. But the kayak is great. As you saw, it goes together fairly easily. I think it takes me about 15 minutes. I've done it by myself. I've done it with Sarah, and now I've done it with Pat. So it's a little different every time because you've got different people doing different parts of it. But I really think that once I kind of get it down, I'll be able to do it in about 10 minutes, between 10 and 15 minutes. It's not that hard. It makes a lot of sense. And once you get it together, it's really easy to use. It tracks well. It's not tippy at all. It's not super fast, but it moves fast enough. You don't feel like you're paddling and getting nowhere. I've been on some kayaks that are just a complete pain in the butt. But yeah, no, I'm really happy with it. And the weight is such that it's super easy for two people to handle. This last summer, we use a cheap kayak when we're at Cape Cod with my nephew John, and that kayak is probably at least twice as heavy as this one, if not more. And it's a real hassle for the two of us just to deal with it. And I can carry it by myself if I have to, but this one is just is actually pretty easy. There's also plenty of space in it. The seats are comfortable. It's got you'll see a clip here where we're going to look down into it, but it's kind of still a few minutes away here. But yeah, so we're coming into Hat Rock, the little inlet there. And it was really pretty, and this was the first really nice, cool morning we've had in a few weeks. Actually, we've had a couple here and there, but it's just been close to 100 degrees every day, in the mid to high 90s at least. And this day, I think it was like 50 degrees when I left Pendleton. This is about a 35-minute drive down here. And it was 55 down here when we started putting the kayak together. I think it was 70 by the time we got back at the end. So yeah, I had a little snack there, a little dry bag with some granola bars and some water. So this was my breakfast, actually. But I picked up that PFD from a guy in the Tri-Cities who was selling them, and I got one for Sarah and one for me. I think Pat's got his own here, but yeah. And the paddles, I just bought cheap paddles from REI. I didn't think I needed to spend that much money on the paddles. Actually, the one that Pat has was like $15, and I think one I had was like 40 or 50. we'll see. They seem to work fine. If we really get into it, we'll buy more expensive paddles. But there you can see in the cockpit there's things to rest your feet on. Looks like Pat didn't get that support bar completely square when he put it in there. But you can see we're in pretty shallow water here, and the kayak does fine. I wouldn't want to drag the bottom over something hard. But yeah, works really well. Little drop of water there on the lens. Anyway, Pat and I had a good time. We hadn't gotten to hang out for a little bit, but we had a really nice leisurely conversation about our families and what's going on in our lives and how things are. He started school again. He's teaching. He's a teacher, so he started teaching again already, and he's back at work. And I was talking about what it's like for us to not have Taryn around, which I think I've already talked to you about. But yeah, so I think I'm going to get maybe a pair of gloves. Actually, I really felt it in my arms the rest of the day after this. So I guess I'll have to get in paddling shape. But we're planning on taking it. We're going to head over to the west side next week and maybe take it out a couple times there. Actually, I'd think it'd be fun to take it out on Puget Sound. But we'll see how it goes. So yeah, as you can see here, it's really easy for two people just to haul it around. You can see the shadow from the camera sitting in the middle of the boat there, still balancing. And now, you see in fast motion, we took it apart. We actually took it down in the water and washed it out, and then dried it off with a couple of microfiber towels. And I brought it home and left it in the sun. I didn't even take it apart. I just left it in the sun, folded up, and it dried out, within a few hours. Here, it's so dry here that you put it out in the sun and it works real well. So yeah, I still need to get better at folding it up. I don't know. When you see me fold it up here, you'll see that it took me a couple tries to get my side folded up. I got to fold that center crease first. See, I'm trying to fold the outside crease first, and I need to fold the center crease first. But it's still, in spite of that, it's easy. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Bye.